Alright, so this is just a short video that will have some reminders about adding and subtracting fractions. Now we're lumping these together because it's essentially the same. You go through the same types of steps, and then you just do the act of adding or the act of subtracting depending on it. Kind of the main thing for adding and subtracting fractions is that they absolutely must have a common denominator. So in this first example, starting out pretty easy, they already have a common denominator, which is great, so then you can go ahead and add the numerators. 2 plus 5 gives us 7, and then you keep the denominator the exact same, so this becomes 7/3. Okay? Typically, particularly knowing eventually we'll get to slope, I'm perfectly fine, we're perfectly fine with you leaving it as 7/3. Improper fractions are perfectly fine. If you feel like you need to turn it to a mixed number, you can certainly do that. 3 goes into 7 2 whole times, plus 1 more, so that would be 2 1/3. But ultimately, if you have 7/3, that is perfectly fine as well. So moving to this next example, we have 2/15 and 1/5. Well, those aren't common, okay, 15 and 5. So you need to make it have a common denominator before you can do the next step. Well, I'm looking at the smaller number to see if there's something I can take times the smaller number to get to the bigger number. And I can multiply by 3. Okay? Now if I multiply the bottom, I must also multiply the top. So now my new fraction is 2/15 plus 3/15, which gives us 5/15. Now, I said improper fractions are fine, and they are. However, this fraction right here is not fine because it is not reduced or simplified. You must always, always, always simplify. So 5 and 15 are both divisible by 3. So we will go, by 5. So we will go ahead and do that. I was thinking of the answer here, and our final answer there would be 1/3. Always, 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 no matter what we are doing, you always simplify your fractions. Not necessary to turn an improper fraction into a mixed number, but always have to make sure you simplify all fractions. Moving to subtraction, but still essentially doing the same thing. So in this first one, 1/9 minus 2/6. Now, currently, they do not have a common denominator. I'm looking at the number 6 because it's a smaller one. There's nothing I can take times 6 to make 9. Okay, so now, not that it's the only way to do it, but what I do is I think of the number 6 and I say, okay, well 6 times 1 is 6. 6 doesn't go into 9. But 6 times 2 is 12. So is 9 a factor of 12? The answer to that is no. Well, 6 times 3 is 18. Is 9 a factor of 18? And yes, it is. So we're going to take this one times 3, top and bottom. And then we're going to take this fraction times 2, top and bottom. That leaves us with 2/18 minus 6/18. Okay? We're really adding a negative. Those are different signs, so we're actually subtracting, taking the sign of the bigger number, which puts us at negative 4/18. Okay, it's not simplified for sure. Anytime you have even numbers, top and bottom, you definitely know it's not simplified. So it will remain negative. So the top becomes 2 because we're cutting it in half. So we get negative 2/9 is our final answer there. Okay, our last example here. Okay, 3/4, 2/5. Those are not common denominators. I'm looking at the bottom number. Okay, 4 does not go into 5. 4 times anything is going to end as an even number, and 5 is not very often, so that makes it a little trickier. But 4 times 2 is 8. 5 isn't a factor of 8. 4 times 3 is 12. 5 isn't a factor of 12. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 isn't a factor of 16. 4 times 5 is 20. Obviously, 5 is a factor of 20. Please remember, too, like if nothing else, you can always multiply by the other. So if you're really struggling to figure out a common denominator, you can always just multiply by the other denominator. The only thing with that is you might have to simplify or reduce at the end. That's why it's better to find the lower number like we did in this example. So when we do our multiplication here, that gives us 15/20 minus 8/20. 15 minus 8 gives us 7/20, and that cannot be reduced in any way. Okay, to sum it up, both adding and subtracting of fractions must have a common denominator. Once you do, you just add or subtract across the top according to what it asks you to do. The denominator stays the same. Improper fractions are fine, but you must always reduce or simplify your fractions.